Hi, this is my first post on Reddit. I'm sorry for any grammar or spelling mistakes, I'm on mobile. The cast, me LG female neckbeard or legbeard. This story takes place around a year and a half ago. I was a short guy with a pretty face. I was also half Korean. I was in 7th grade when I first met LG. She was extremely overweight and had a lot acne. She wore round glasses that were way too big for her. She would sometimes put a lot of red powder on her face for some reason. Maybe so she could look like a blushing anime character? She would always wear these cat ear headbands with ribbons. LG would excessively say "Nian" or "Kya" in a high-pitched anime girl voice which really bothered everyone. She would try to write her name in Japanese on her school papers. She wanted everyone to call her Aika-chan or something. The school year soon ended. School started again and I waited in the classroom on my phone when I heard a loud and annoying high-pitched voice call out "Ohayo gozaimasu." Guess who it was? LG, in cat ears. Oh god. She smiled at me and approached me and said "Ohayo gozaimasu, K-kun," in that same annoying voice. I think she might have mistook me for a Japanese person. "Oh, hi LG, nay, K-kun. Wanna eat lunch together? Sure, why not?" I didn't want to seem rude so I accepted LG, kya. I finally get to have lunch with senpai. LG, oh no. I didn't mean for you to hear that, K-kun. She ran to her seat covering her face. I was speechless. What the hell? I went to the cafeteria and there waited LG on an empty table. I avoided her and ate with my friends instead because, you know. That evening, my mom called me downstairs when she said that my girlfriend was waiting for me. I saw LG downstairs, pouting and swaying side to side. Apparently, one of the students told her where I lived. My mom asked her inside and told us to go to my room. I didn't want to give my mom a bad expression. She immediately jumped onto my bed when we entered my room. I probably didn't notice before but I think she put a really strong perfume on. I sat on the floor playing a game on my phone. And she plopped her fat ass beside me. Whenever I killed an enemy she would shout "Sugoi" or some shit. She said she was thirsty and stood up but intentionally fell in front of me. She moaned as she hit the floor, her ass directly faced to me. I saw her ass. I was on the verge of puking. LG, kya. Don't look, K-kun. She sat up and faced me. LG, G gomenasai, nya. She crawled to me and touched my thigh. I'm really sorry, LG, K senpai. I have to tell you something. I really like you. I shoved her off and cringed. LG, what the fuck? I have a boyfriend. I managed to somehow shove her off my doorstep. The next day, I found out she's been telling people that I hurt her physically. Fortunately, nobody believed her bullshit. That was the last I saw of LG. Now, I'm living a legbeard-free life. Oi, very person facepalming. I knew it was all over once you said you were half Korean.
I'm on mobile and this is only my second time ever posting on here, so I apologize for my mistakes. Okay, so here's the story. I have a friend who has several odd friends, but they get along fairly well. One of his friends is a 20-something-year-old who dresses like a pirate and walks around in public like that. I normally wouldn't care, but he did the whole milady stuff and that kinda creeped me out. And yes, he does have the neckbeard. Anyways, he texted me out of the blue one day. Now I was young and stupid, so I ended up dating him for a day. Also, I was a minor, but I had told him that we weren't even gonna meet in person until I got of age. He kept begging me to go to a park to meet him alone. I couldn't drive and the park was an hour away by car. He couldn't drive either. I told him no and that if we did meet, it would be in public. He later told me that he had a porn addiction. That was a major no-no, so I started to feel off, but I kept going with it for the day. He would constantly text me things like, "How are you, beautiful?" Which wasn't that bad, until he started sending me links to online shops to buy pirate costumes. It was weird. Then he talked about building an actual pirate ship and how while he was out adventuring, I was to stay at home with the kids he already decided we were gonna have until he made the boat livable. I told him if my dream to open a bakery in downtown Prattville, but he completely ignored that. I have a good sense when it comes to whether people are good or not. First my stomach will get really heavy, and my heart will speed up and hurt. That's when I know to get away from that person and out of that situation. I finally gave in to the feeling and told him this was wrong and broke it off. I eventually told him he was a neckbeard. He hasn't responded since. There was some conversation before that. Neckbeard is a fairly good pirate name.
So before the story starts, this is my first post and also some trigger warnings of sexual harassment. About 3 years ago when I was 13, I joined this WhatsApp group that regularly met up in my city to just chill a bit. This was before I came out as trans, female to male, which might be important later on. Anyways, I started seeing these people and one guy gave me special attention. After years of bullying, that was exactly what I needed, so I started liking him and seeing him in private. Big mistake. I met up in private a bit with this then 17 or 18-year-old neckbeard that always had this mix of sweat and old deodorant as his smell. One day when we met up, we went to a park and he bought me a beer. At first it was fun, we talked and it seemed to be a nice time, when he suddenly started pulling me towards him and massaging my chest. I was 13, so I definitely wasn't expecting that. I was so shocked, but when I asked him to stop over and over again, he didn't. I had to gather all my strength to push him away. Another time one of my friends told me that the neckbeard watched her pee in a bush and came way too close to be acceptable. Around 2 years ago I came out as trans and he didn't take it lightly. He started insulting me over the phone and a lot of other shit. Then again, half a year later, me and one of my good friends were in his town and just walked around a bit, when I heard him call my dead name. I turned around and saw the neckbeard. We talked about some problems and I believed that he had changed, so when he invited me and my friend to his place I agreed, knowing my friend would be there as well. When we arrived at his place he opened the door and this disgusting smell hit us directly in the face. I looked around and saw empty energy drinks and My Little Pony posters everywhere. My friend and I sat down on the couch and we kinda just talked. I noticed something was kinda off, so when I asked him, he told me he was drunk and stoned, which didn't help the case. At one point he pulled me onto his lap. Me, what are you doing? NB, oh nothing, just cuddling a bit. Me, yeah right. I feel him slide his hands under my shirt. Me, yo stop that. NB, oh come on, smiles really creepy. Me, yeah right. It went on for a while until I noticed his friend pushing against me through his pants. I started looking over to my friend, who didn't notice how uncomfortable I felt. Me, has your mother texted yet? Friend, what? Me, I'm sleeping at your place tonight, remember? Friend, seems to understand. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, she texted we should be there in 10 minutes. Me, looking to neckbeard, sorry but I gotta go. Starts to get up. NB, pulls me back forcefully, opening my pants. You can stay. Me, starting to panic, pushes him away again and just runs outside. Still creepy to think about that he wanted to fuck me when I was 13/14 and he was 17/18. Also, about half a year after this happened, he wanted to apologize and said some weird MLP quote, and yeah, we haven't talked since, but I heard about some other disgusting things he allegedly did. What a fucking creep. I can't imagine how you felt. I just hope that creep is in jail.
I was at work, running front register while my cashier was on lunch. 3 people walk in the door, seemingly together, a young couple and a large man with an unshaven neck and long black hair in a ponytail. The young male seemed like a good kid, polite, quiet type. The young female was very pretty but clearly a shy, nerdy type, target acquired. It was slow in our store, so I couldn't help but notice them walking together as a group, in a snake-like fashion up and down the aisles. The whole time the large man was saying things to the young lady, while she kind of giggled. I thought they were friends just cracking jokes to each other. I wish I could have heard the things he was saying to her. After a few minutes of them power walking around my store, the 2 kids finally make a beeline for the registers, neckbeard still in hot pursuit. I can see the young lady laughing very nervously at something he is saying to her. At this point I start to feel like something is not right, and then like a sudden blast of hot wind, I smell it. An odor that cannot be forgotten. Sort of a rotten bologna marinade, mixed with athlete's foot. He was a solid 20 feet away from me when it hit me. It was at this point that the girl's strange nervous laughter started to make sense. She was trying to GTFO there as fast as possible, frightened boyfriend in tow. Poor kid didn't know what to do, he was helpless to defend her. This guy must have spotted them in the parking lot and just locked onto them, launching into his verbal assault of this unfortunate girl before she even made it into the store. As the young couple complete the purchase and literally run out the door, the neckbeard looks at me with the creepiest fucking Joker grin you can imagine and says, I can only imagine what they are about to go do. I cringe a little, look down at the computer screen, hold my breath and simply wait for it to end. That's fucking terrifying just reading it. Ugh, I can only imagine what the smell must have been like. Ugh.